In business, I think networking is the more valuable asset you can get, right? So each time you meet someone, you need to talk about your business, to talk about you, to talk about the project. And then you will see it will come like opportunities. Sales is everything on a business. There is no sales, there is no business.
Building a business in Europe and building a business in Africa are two different things.
Totally.
So what are you seeing in your time in Africa here? What have you learned about building businesses in Africa?
So I think it's easier to do it in Africa. Do not even need to have capital. Challenging part is to find the right people to follow you on the project. In Africa, there is too many entrepreneurs. Like for example, you go on the street, you see the mama cooking on the street, selling the beignet, the food, the sambusa and stuff. Basically, she's doing entrepreneur, right? Now she's building a product, she sells it on the street, she's making money, and then she's trying to increase the revenue of the company, right? You don't really need to get like a big organization, just clear process. Make it until you fake it. I think this is the big thing, right? Because at the beginning, you have to build a story.
That's interesting.
People have to trust you, right? Yeah. If you want to stay on the business.
Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome once again to another episode of the Entrepreneurs Connect show. As always, what we do here is to speak to African entrepreneurs building stuff, to learn about their journey, successes, their challenges, and everything in between. And today, as always, we have an amazing guest. By the way, we're recording this right here in the city of Kigali. Excited to chat with my guest in the studio right now. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then we take it up from there.
Thank you for having me as a guest during your podcast, and welcome in Kigali, Rwanda. Beautiful place. So my name is Gael. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Araka. So Araka is quite a new company. We started the business actually beginning of this year. That's it.
Oh, awesome. So I'm excited to hear about your journey. How did you start entrepreneurship? Is Araka the first company you founded? Have you worked in some place before? What was that journey like for you?
Before Araka, what I did, I worked on 3 different companies, 2 startups, where I learned basically how to make things fast, right? And as well, 1 engineering French companies who helped me really to build a relationship on the network, which is really important also. And Araka is my 3rd company now.
So, would you say entrepreneurship is something you were born with, or do you think you learned it along the way?
So my dad was an entrepreneur. 2 of my brothers also entrepreneurs. So I think in my family, I always get the chance to have people around me who have the same, let's say, the same vision of working for themselves, right? So if I'm born to be an entrepreneur, honestly, I'm not sure if it's the case. Because before coming back in Africa, I was working in Europe, right?
Oh, tell me about that.
Yeah. So, you have a quite good comfort zone in terms of salary, in terms of everything you can get from a job. So I think it's easy as well to stay as an employee if this is something you want, right? But the thing is, I got the chance to come back in Africa, and for me it was like, my goal was to get like really good impact in Africa, and for me the only solution was to go on entrepreneurship, right? And maybe to tell you a little bit more about what I did in Europe. So I stayed for my 2 first job. I was in Belgium because I did my university there. The first job was a really exciting project. It's mobility as a service. So basically we put in place cars, scooters, motorbikes for people, for company who want to use it.
How was that? How did that do?
So you have an app. With the app, you can get the localization of anything you want to write, and then you pay per minute.
Per minute?
Yeah,
per hours?
Yeah, per minutes.
What?
And then on the price, everything is included, right? Trip, the parking, insurance, fuel, everything.
That's quite interesting. Why did you opt for minute instead of per hour?
Because the challenge for us was to tackle people living city. And on city, basically, people used to move around for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's easier to get a pricing on the real need of the customers.
Awesome. So what else did you build after that?
After that, I worked for a SaaS, so a software as a service, for a company called Odoo. So basically what the company does, it's an enterprise resource planning, but it can manage almost everything for a company, from inventory, sales, manufacturing, inventory, human resources. It's a bunch of time. And for them, I was handling European and African markets. So it helped me to see the different challenge a company in Europe and the one from Africa. So it was a really great thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What would you say were the lessons you learned during your time at both Odoo and the other mobility company?
Two really different things. Like the first mobility company, on the team we were like I think 10 people, to do the sales, to manage the after sales. So it was really like at that time it was really a small business with a small team. And on those kind of business, you don't really need to get like a big organization, just clear process. At Odoo, the team was really bigger and bigger. So it goes really a lot. When I start on my team, we were 40. And when I left 2 years after that, we were 19. And on the total company, now I think there are more than 3,000 or 4,000 people. It was like really fascinating to see how to scale a business.
So just to borrow from your knowledge now, what have you learned about scaling businesses?
Try it, make it until you fake it. I think this is the big thing, right? Because at the beginning, you know one, so you have to build a story.
That's interesting.
People have to trust you, right?
Yes.
But then you have to deliver.
Yeah.
If you want to stay on the business.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's come back to Rwanda.
Yeah.
So your time in Belgium, what prompted you to move back to Africa and to Rwanda?
So before arrived in Rwanda, I went in Ivory Coast for a year. At that time, I was working for an engineering company where I was handling, let's say, Africa. The goal was really to develop all the Africa. And after that, I decided to come in Rwanda. So why?
Yeah, why? That's the question.
When I was in Ivory Coast, the company I was working with, basically they teach me how to, let's say, build a business, because the goal was to find projects. Then when I get the project, I need to build a team, and then I have to sell the full packet, right?
Do you have a background in building products or in engineering? Or
No. No, the goal is to find a project.
Yeah.
Then people will deliver for me.
So you're businessman. So you're the businessman who hires products, engineers, designers.
Exactly. This is the job position called business manager. The goal is really to chase project, and then you build a team around you, and you deliver the team to your customer, to the product, to the service you want to deliver also. So I was doing that for them, and I was like, okay, maybe I can try to do it for myself. That's how I end up on entrepreneur. And then I came in Rwanda because a friend told me to come back to see a few things around. And I decided to stay and to build Araka.
No, are you from here originally?
Yeah. So I'm half from there. I'm half from Rwanda. And this place was my school before I come there, right? Like really this building. And I'm from Rwanda and I'm from Belgium.
Oh, yeah, that's quite interesting. So let's talk about Araka right now. What do you do?
So Araka means fast efficiency in Swahili, which is the language most used in Africa, right? So what we provide is we provide tools to help our customer to be more efficient. So we do digitalization of process, right? So what we do is that we analyze how our customer are working, and then we put in place software to help them to be more efficient, to get data, to scale as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for sake of context, right? Let me give you context. Let's say I own a digital marketing company. I'm Nigerian, by the way, and I want to move to Kigali, and I want to start my company in Kigali. How can Araka help me?
Okay, first thing, we work on 6 countries in Africa, so not only Rwanda. The goal, like, I think when I decided to call it Araka, and it's like in Swahili, which is the language is the most speaking in Africa, was like really to set the goal. The goal is like re-Africa. Go on Africa. Yeah. But to reply to a question, if you want to set up a business, it's so simple. You go, there is a place called RDB,
Yeah.
where you can open a business on like few hours. That was one of the reasons why I decided to set up the business in Rwanda. And you don't need money for that. You just have to go online, register to RDB, we make your shares, and then you know that. And now we're ready to operate.
Let's say we've done that, right? Where does Araka come in? How can you help me grow? How can you help me scale? How can you help me do all of this?
Okay, most our customers are not really new businesses.
Oh, okay.
It's more like
People are already in operation.
yeah, like SMEs or being a company, right? Let's take your business from podcast now. Right? So you have to get a proper calendar of how you want to launch a different video. So you have to get like a project management system, right? Maybe you also do conferences.
Yes.
So you need to build your time, right?
Yes.
And then you may have people around you, and then you need to schedule the planning. So with Araka, what we do is like, we came to your place or on a phone call.
Yeah.
You speak, you tell us about your business, and then we understand, because we have quite good experiences, so we can understand quite fast the workflow, and then we put this workflow on the software, and then we deliver to you. We teach you how to use it. You're ready to go.
Awesome. So you basically come into my business, understand the process, and then you digitize it.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. How's it been? How did you get your first customer in the city of Rwanda?
Friends. He came by a friends who opened a restaurant, so he need like to digitalize all the ordering process, the inventory process, and the accounting process. So that was the first customer. And after that, it went quite fast because, you know, in business, I think networking is the more valuable asset you can get, right? So each time you meet someone, you need to be respectful. You need to talk about your business, to talk about you, to talk about the project. And then you will see it will come later to you, like opportunities.
Even building Araka now, mid-January, until now.
Yes.
What challenges have you encountered building a business like this? I mean, not a lot of people attempt to do what you do. So what you do is quite unique, right? What are the challenges you encountered in building this?
I think the challenging part is to find the right people to follow you on the project. To find the collaborator who believe on you, who want to take time with you, you know, to build the project. So this is one of the first challenge, which I think can apply on every business, not even only in Africa, but I think really on every business. And to take like a personal challenge about digitalization, we're still on a continent where people, like the boss of a company want to be the boss and take all the decision, right? And the tools that we provide, we want the boss to get all the data to only think about strategy. And then he has to trust the employee to let them do some responsibility, and sometimes quite very hard, and to make them understand that. Yeah.
So right now, do you have like full-time staff?
Yeah, we are 7 on the team now.
Awesome. Have you had to fire anybody before?
Fire?
Yeah.
I fired 2 people for now. Yeah, that's that.
How did you feel the moment? How did you feel the moment I had to learn it?
I think it's really hard. Yeah, that's really hard. It's really hard because we're good people, right? But you know, when it's for the sake of the business, you need to think about what's good for the business, right? And you know, the other thing is like, if someone on the team is not performing well, most of the times because these people not feeling good on the job position, either on the company. So I think sometimes it's heartbreaking, but even for the employee, it's good because it can go on other type of job position.
Yeah, got it. Do you think sales and marketing is very important in business?
Yeah, lots.
But why do you think so?
Sales is everything on a business. There is no sales, there is no business. On every type of business, there is sales. Like we need sales, and marketing and sales is just like they work together, right? So marketing, like you need to build your brand, you need to advertise yourself, you need to advertise the company, and sales it's come because you're doing sales because you have a good marketing.
Yeah. They go hand in hand. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So is this something you had to learn along the way, or were you always good at marketing and sales?
I think I'm good enough, right? Because I did sales all my young life, let's say, right? But marketing, I'm still learning a lot.
What did you sell all your young life, rather?
Always service. Always service. When I was young, always service.
So what kind of services?
SaaS, mobility as a service, engineering, like products. When I was young, but I'm not sure. Like, you know, when I was at school, at that time we got something called PSP. You know, this PlayStation Mobile.
PSP. Yes.
Yeah. So there is 2 ways to play. Either you buy the drive, the small CD. Either you have a memory card.
Yeah.
And back in the day, I have a friend who was really good on hacking. So basically, we was selling games and hardware. Yeah. That was just funny for us.
Yeah.
But that was not a business. Yeah, it was selling, right? Yeah. And I think having a business and selling is 2 things totally.
Of course.
Because selling, you know, you sell the product or the service, and then that's it. You have to chase another sales. Like when you have a business, you have to handle everything.
From operations to processes, exactly to fulfillment. Yeah, I don't know, that is a different.
So different, and be sure that you really deliver what you sell, right? Which is not the case for most of the, not in maybe the salespeople. Yes, it's not always the case for salespeople on big company. Yeah, the team is growing, so it's good. We have a quite interesting model, meaning that not the team are in Rwanda. We have a guy in Kenya, we have a guy in Morocco. The rest of the team is in Rwanda also. And we really open with people who work remotely. I think the model of the business and as well the type of customer that we are looking for are ready to work like this way. Because for now we are on 6 countries, but we almost never travel, which is really good. Really good for the customer because it means the projects are less expensive.
You're right.
They doesn't have to pay for the hotel, doesn't have to pay for the traveling, for the food and stuff. So they only pay to get the product settled for them.
Yeah, that's also. Building a business in Europe and building a business in Africa are 2 different things.
Totally.
So what are you seeing in your time in Africa here? What have you learned about building businesses in Africa?
You have a question. So what I learned from building business in Africa.
Yes.
I think people will you can go with the regulation ahead and having your paper and then try if it's working or not. So that's a good thing. In Belgium, to open a business is really, really expensive. The second things I always say to my friend that in Africa there is too many entrepreneurs. For example, you go on the street, you see the mama cooking on the street, selling the beignet, the food, the sambusa and stuff. Basically, she's doing entrepreneur, right? Now she's building a product, she sells it on the street, she's making money, and then she's trying to increase the revenue of the company, right? So yeah, for me, definitely in Africa it's better.
Okay. Awesome, man. This has been very insightful. I tell you. Do you have mentors you look up to? Do you have people you learn from?
I'm someone who really works with the emotion and feelings. So even though I'm looking to some of the people on LinkedIn, they are not really my mentors. Because mentor is someone that you can trust and be all right. The people I'm watching, it's more like
They're like role models, is that?
More understanding why people follow them or why people fight to them, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously they act something on the psychology of people, or maybe they act something on the economy of the world. So yeah, I will say like an example. Elon Musk is just like a beast, right? So, but it's not my mentor, right? I really don't want to be like him there. But at the same time, nothing to say. It's really good.
Yeah, and you could learn anything or two.
Yeah,
by observing him. Yes, right. That's awesome. Thank you very much for coming on the pod. Just before you leave, people want to connect with you, people want to connect with Araka or a building. Yeah, how can they find you?
Easy ways to go on LinkedIn, type my name, Gael Thijs.
Okay.
Otherwise, they can go on Araka LinkedIn if we're quite responsive. So yeah.
There's some about the website as well.
The website. That's a good point. You know why? All the first business I did, I was really focused on having a good website and stuff. Yeah. So Araka, we started without any websites. So we don't really have a website for now.
Oh, that's all right, yeah. Awesome. So they should go on Araka's link there, or your link there.
Exactly.
And they'll find it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to link the links to your LinkedIn and Araka's LinkedIn in the comments, in the description of the video, and then they can find it there.
That's great. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for coming. I mean, guys, this was literally short notice. I reached out to Gael yesterday. I reached out to Gael yesterday and said, Gael, I'm leaving your city tomorrow, but we have to do this podcast. And Gael said, done, we're gonna do it.
And you know, I only have one day in Kigali as well, which is today.
Oh wow.
So I was like, okay, I'm not sure it's gonna be possible, right? But I didn't tell you that. I just said, okay, let's go, let's do it.
Thank you very much. You're okay. I had a chance. Thank you for coming. Can you, one more thing, tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to his channel. Amazing guy, amazing job.
All right, guys. I'll see you in the next episode of the show. Take care of yourself. Until then, bye-bye.